Hello, my name is Khiana Torres from CPE2A, and this is my tutorial on how to use the fundamental commands of the Ubuntu terminal. Ubuntu is a Linux-based operating system, and the command line interface is more familiar to most Linux users. In this chapter, we'll explore at some of the most used command lines in Ubuntu. So let's start. So the list command is used to list the contents of a directory, and it is the most basic command to learn. So running the ls command without any option list files and directories in the bare format means we won't be able to see details like file types, size, updated date and time, permission, links, and so on. So here L let's try ls dash L. So let's enter this one. So what it does is it displays the file or directory's size, also the modified date and time, file or directory's name, and the owner as well. So it's me, Khiana, and as well as the file's permission. Now let's move to the using the ls dash r command. So as you can see, this option or using this command reverses the order of files and folders. So as you can see from the first one, we tried the ls command. Here in the ls-r, it reverses this one. So the videos comes first, the public. So yeah, it reverses everything. So it reverses the order. And let's use this other option. So we have ls dash LH, and let's click enter. So here, sizes are displayed in a human readable format when this command is called or used. So here we can see the size. So those are just pretty common commands using the ls command. So, and there are still several commands and advanced commands that I have not discussed, but always keep in mind the syntax for using the ls command. So, it is ls space dash option space the directory name. And you can search for more list files command. Now let us go to cd-dir command. So this one is very simple. So it will just um change your directory to dir. So now let's enter this one. So as you can see, here we have dir here. That means that we already are in a directory or directory dir. So let's see the difference. So here there's no dir here, so that means we haven't changed our directory to dir yet. So if we do it again, cd dir, and then when we enter the command, it will change now our directory to this one, dir. Now let's move to the cd command. So in Linux and other Unix-like operating system, the cd or change directory command is used to switch to a different working directory. So let's try changing our directory like into download. So let's type cd downloads. And here it will change directory to download. So the syntax for the cd command is cd, then the options, and then directory. So if we want to change our directory again, so let's type cd And then if you want to change our directory to documents, so let's type documents since we have that folder, have that file. So that's how you change your directory using the cd command. So now let's move to the pwd command. So the pwd command is used to print the current working directory, and it is one of Linux most fundamental and commonly used commands. And when the command is invoked, it prints the full path to the current working directory. So now let's type in pwd and let's enter. So the output will look something like this. So it will help you determine the directory in which you are now working. So for me, I am in this one, so home and then Khiana. Now let's move to the next command. So the next command is mkdir or make directory command. So the mkdir command enables user to create or modify folders. So mkdir is an acronym for create directory. So let's try using it here. So let's type mkdir and say that our new directory is named new. So let's type that and let's enter. And to check if there is really a new directory that was created, let's use the ls command. So as you can see, the new directory is here. So that means that we have successfully created a new directory using the mkdir command. Now let's have the rm command. So the rm command it functions to remove a certain file in a directory. So I have a file in the documents directory. So let's check it first. So let's use the ls command. And as you can see, there's text.odt, which is a file inside the directory documents. So for me to remove that, I will type rm documents and then text.odt. And then it actually removes the text ODT the documents directory. So for us to verify if text ODT has been removed, so let's use again the ls command. So ls documents, and it shows us nothing because we have already deleted the text.odt file using the rm command. Now let's proceed with the cp command. So cp command works on three principal modes of operation, but let's just discuss the two file names cp command. So if the command contains two file names, then it copies the content of the first file to the second file. If the second file doesn't exist, then first it creates one and the content of the first file is copied to it. But if it existed, then it is simply overwritten without any warning. So now let's try it. So first let's check the files that we have. So let's use the ls command. So as you can see, we have cat.odt. So that is what we're going to use. So let's have cp cat.odt and then let's create white cat.odt. And then it doesn't really show anything, but for us to verify if it created a new file, which is whitecat.odt. So let's use the ls command again. And as you can see, we have cat.odt and the new file whitecat.odt. So therefore, it successfully created and copied the content of cat.odt and renamed it with whitecat.odt. So it means that we have same contents with different names. Now let's continue to the next command, which is the mv command. So mv stands for move, and mv is used to move one or more files or directories from one place to another in a file system. So let's consider the two files that we have. So let's use the ls command. So we have cat and whitecat.odt. So to rename whitecat.odt to blackcat.odt, what we have to do is we're going to type whitecat.odt to blackcat.odt. So it doesn't really show anything, but to check if we have renamed white cat to black cat, let's use the ls command. So as you can see, we have blackcat.odt and there's no more whitecat.odt and we have cat.odt still here. So we have successfully renamed the white cat to black cat using mv command. We have there's still many more to how to use the mv command, but let's just use the first um first example. Now let's proceed with the touch command. So the touch command is used to create a file without any consent. The file created using touch command is empty. This command can be used when the user doesn't have data to store at the time of the creation. So we can create a single file at a time using the touch command. So let's try it. So here, let's create touch. Let's type touch and then let's just say new dot txt. And then let's check if it's successfully created a file. And yes, here there's new dot txt. So let's try again. Let's type touch and then let's type new with n as in a capital letter. So let's check. So as we can see, here's new here, there's new.txt, and therefore it's successfully created a file. So touch command work. Let's try an example. So let's create touch and then let's have folder. Let's check. And there's folder here. Now let's proceed to the next command, which is cat greater than and then the file. So that is the syntax. So cat is short for concatenate. So this command is one of the most frequently used commands in Linux or Unix like operating system. So this command allows us to create a single or multiple files and view the content of the file and concatenate files. Also in redirect output in terminals or files. So we'll focus on the cat with the greater than symbol and then file. So let's type cat and then greater than symbol and let's have name it test1. And then let's type the content. So this is where we will type the content of this file test1. So I will just put hello world. And then for me to end or exit this process, it's just click Control D. So now it terminates the if the process of cap. Now let's check the content of test1. So let's just type cap and then test1. Then when we enter this one, so it will have hello world, which is the content of our test1. Now let's proceed with the more command. So more is used to view the text files in the command prompt, displaying one screen at a time in case the file is large. And the more command also allows the user to do scroll up and down to the page. So let's try viewing the file that we created, which is the test1 file using the cat command. So let's type more and then test1, which is the file name of the file that we're going to view. So here it shows hello world. So that is the purpose of more to view the content of a file. Now let's proceed to the head command. So before we start, so okay, let's create first a file again using the cat greater than test2 file I command, and then let's have at least um, 15 lines. Let's click Control D. Now let's check if there's really test2. So cap test2, and then it will show us the numbers 1 to 15. Now for the head, let's type head and then test2. As you can see, it displays only the first 10 lines of the file specified. So the difference between cat and head is head only displays the 10 lines, while for cat, it displays all of what is inside the file. Now let's have the last one, which is tail. So it is tail is the complementary of head command. So the tail command, as the name implies, so it prints the last n number of data of the given input. So by default, it prints the last 10 lines of the specified files. So we could last time we used head and we created file named test2. So let's open it using cat. So cat test2. So it has 15 lines. Now let's have tail. So tail and then test2. And then it will show us from the last line 15 to 6. And if we count this one, it shows it displays 10 lines of um data. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6 is 10. 10 lines. And that ends my tutorial. So that's it. Thank you for listening.